debate on the agenda is blasphemy laws in Pakistan, in particular the case of Shagufta Kausar and Shafkat Emmanuel. And our first speaker is Mr. Van Dalen. 2 minutes, please.
Si, monsieur.
Colleagues, take a good look at this picture.
Well, it is not completely in line with the rules, I need to say.
It's not in line with the rules, but this is the couple we are dealing with today. And, Mr. President, ik heb gevraagd dat u...
I've asked you to take a good look at that picture, because these are the human beings, real human beings in flesh and blood. They're in prison in Pakistan, these very people, and I showed you their picture. They were detained, and since 2013, sitting in prison in 2014, they received the death penalty. A Christian couple. They were accused of having used a text in English that they sent through a phone to a number of people. Blasphemy message. They didn't do it in their own language, Urdu, but condemned to death. And an appeal, the Supreme Appeal, once again was repeatedly postponed, probably because the Islamic extremists have put pressure on the judges. I would like to thank her and his lawyer, Syk van Luke, who did an honorable job and even successfully defending them, and now has become free. At the same time, not just this couple, but also, President, the numerous, possibly hundreds of other religious people who are behind bars due to blasphemy laws in Pakistan, Ahmadis, Shia Muslims, the Sikhs, the Hindus, numerous people in the horrible blasphemy laws are behind bars. All political groups need to powerfully draw a resolution on this question, and particularly to ask the Commission to put an end to the trade negotiations with Pakistan, because they reap many benefits, and we need to take a critical look at that. That's also part of this resolution, Mr. Commissioner. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Van Dalen. I'm sorry for forcing you to take the picture down, but also we need to respect the rules regardless of how emotional the topic is. Our next speaker is Mrs. Insir. 1 minute and a half, please.
Dear colleagues, let us be clear. Blasphemy laws are relics from a medieval past and have no place in our modern world. These laws are way too often misused to settle personal scores, with devastating consequences for those who are accused. In Pakistan today, through its blasphemy laws and potential consequences of speaking out or just being misunderstood is leading to capital punishment. This is outrageous. This is almost too horrific to contemplate and goes against several of fundamental human rights. The case of Shagufta, Kausar and Shafkat Emmanuel are examples of the horrific consequences. The S&D fully denounced both blasphemy laws and, of course, capital punishment, as this chamber have stated before, and I am glad that we included such writings in this resolution today. As the S&D negotiator, I wanted to take the also possibility to thank my co-negotiator across the parties for the very constructive negotiations yesterday. We in S&D are also satisfied with this report today, and we have managed to highlight the abolishment of death penalty, the call on the repeal of blasphemy laws, the broader consequence for these kind of laws for minorities, women, the poor and other groups, as well as for civil society organizations, including journalists and human rights defenders. I finally want to emphasize the importance of interfaith dialogue in Pakistan and the announcing of the demonstrations and attacks against our member state, France. Thank you.
And our next speaker is Mr. Garicano. I cannot see him in the chamber. Then our next speaker is Mr. Bütikofer. 2 minutes, please.
Thank you, President, Mr. Commissioner, colleagues. We're all united in the one stance that we oppose not only the specific cruel blasphemy laws that are being implemented in Pakistan, but any persecution of individuals because their use of the right to religious freedom. In this particular case, we're talking about a Christian couple that is under the threat of the death penalty. But as Mr. Van Dalen has pointed out in his words, the same terrible laws have been putting many other people, many other citizens belonging to different creeds and faiths also in prison. And we could be talking about other individuals just the same. We're not